And that is because they have just the user admin role. Like for instance, some people said they had marketplace not showing up. So I had to start assigning the billing administrator role to everybody and also the exchange administrator. Though not everybody has been assigned because I have like 7 tenants I created users on for this training. So I have assigned for 4 tenants and it's left with 3. So more than 50% should have access now to both the billing administrator and exchange. So yesterday we were talking about user admin role, all right, which is the first thing that happens when a user needs to be added to a tenant. So I told you guys that I'm going to be buying a domain so that I will show you guys how to add your own personal domain to the tenant instead of using the Microsoft one. So this is where I bought my domain. It's called Q Server. You can buy it anywhere, but I buy mine from Q Servers. As you can see, if you come to domain, my domains, you see that I've purchased 2 different domains. I used to have one, but I just renewed it now. So we are going to be adding this domain to the Microsoft one instead of the Microsoft. Now, I don't know where you buy your domain, but if you want to buy on Q Server, it's very easy. Just register on Q Server. You can search for them on Google like this. Q Servers. This is their website. So when you go to the website, you register, you log in, and you go to domain. Then you click on register a new domain. So you look for the domain you want, right? Um, let's say Balablu. If it's .com, you check if .com is available. It's taken already. You can check if .org.ng is available. You can say it's available. Then you proceed to buy. How do you buy it? You go down, you click on continue. This is the price. So somebody asked yesterday that can you buy a domain that lasts up to 5 years? So from Q server, it's possible. If you click here, you can see you can pay for 5 years at once. So it's possible on Q server. When you're done, you click on continue. Then you check this box because you'll be needing it to manage your records. That's what will help you to connect to Microsoft. So once you're done, click on continue. Then it's going to ask you, how do you want to pay? So you can choose Paystack or Flutterwave. Once you do that, check this box and check out. So when you check out, you can pay through adding your card, or they can generate an account for you where you send the money. So that's how I purchased it. So you are going to proceed now to add this particular domain, the one I have. We'll add it to the Microsoft. How do we do that? This is the admin center, right? On the left here, you're going to see show all. When you expand it, you will see settings. You see settings like this. When you click on settings, you see domain. Then you click on domain. Now, like I said yesterday, you can buy directly from Microsoft. Like if you click buy domain now. Okay, I think this is not available on free trial, but you can add one that you bought outside. So you click on add domain. Now you're going to type in your domain name, the one you bought from wherever you bought it. So I'm going to come back here. This is the one I'm going to add. Hold on. So this is the one I'm adding. This one. So you come here and paste it. Where I add it, I'll click on use this domain. So let's just wait for it to load up. Yeah. Now it has actually picked the domain. Now that it has picked the domain, we are going to be adding some records to the domain host provider. What do I call domain host provider? Domain host is where you purchase your domain. For me, QServer is by domain host provider. So now I want to add my domain to, I want to connect it to my Microsoft account. So there are 3 records you are going to be adding. And these 3 records, they actually play different roles. The first one is the TXT. The second one is the MX. And the third one is the CNAME. I'll show it to you. Now let's go back to my domain. This is on my domain host provider. On the left or the right here, you see this icon. Click on domain DNS manager. So I'll click on it. So this is where I'll be adding those records. This is where I'll be adding those records now. So I've added these records before. I'm going to be removing them so that I'll add them afresh so that you see how I did it. Okay. All right. So let's go to the Microsoft side. So we are going to add TXT record first. Continue. All right. So these are the records we are adding. The TXT first. Now, what does TXT do? TXT allows you to be able to create account with that domain. So when you add TXT, you'll be able to go to users, active users, create an account, then you'll be able to select that domain. That is what TXT does. So let us add TXT now. As you can see here, they asked us to add these 3 records here for TXT, right? So I'll go back to the domain host provider. As you can see here, host name. If you come back to the Microsoft side, they've told you what the host name. This is the host name at. So you copy it, come back here, add it. Now, they said TTL. TTL means time to live. When the domain start working, that's what they call time to live. So if you come here, they told us to put 3600, which is equivalent to 1 hour, right? You copy it and you come back to this place, paste it. Now, what kind of records are we adding? We are adding TXT, as that is what we are adding, as you can see, TXT. If you go back here, the last thing you are adding is value. So if you go back to the Microsoft side, you copy the value, go back to your domain host provider, and you paste it. After you've done this now, you save changes. You click here. So let's say this for it to save. Now, it has added TXT successfully. If you look here, this is TXT. Now, we'll click on verify. So if the TXT is verified, you see a green mark. that shows txt is verified. So hold on, there's an error. Say, does it exist? Let's check what's going on. It's correct. Let's try again. Okay. So this looks like probably propagation because I just added it because it's supposed to pick this up. When it picks it up, this error message you are seeing, we will no longer see it. So what it's saying now is that it doesn't even find it, which is not possible because this is it here, right? Okay. So let's just give it a second. Then we try again. Let's try again. Hmm. If you recently registered the domain, it will take a while. Okay, can you see? It's because I just added it and I just bought the domain. It said if you recently registered the domain, it may take a while to provision DNS zone. So allow 5 to 10 minutes. So what we are going to do now is let's pause this one so that we don't waste time. While the class is going on, other things, we will later come back and try it again. All right, because this is supposed to pick it by now. So don't waste time. I hope you guys are like understanding. I hope you guys are following. Please, if you are following, I want you to either react or say something. So I know you are following me.
Yeah, can you hear me? We are following.
Okay,
Following.
that's great. That's great. Okay, let me refresh. Then I'll try again one more time. So if it doesn't work again, then we proceed to continue with exchange. We don't waste time here. They use this domain. Mm, okay, let's verify. Okay, still giving us the same error. So let me do something. Let me reset this DNS zone, then add it again. Okay. All right, so let's try again one more time. Okay. So don't worry, let's go. We'll come back and try this again. But for now, let's go back to the training proper. So today we are going to be talking on exchange. All right. I'm sure most of you already know what exchange is. So exchange is the server where your emails are kept.
On it.
Yeah. So exchange is your server is where like Microsoft keeps your emails as like backup. So for you to be able to manage those emails, they created an admin center called Exchange Admin. So that's where you'll be able to manage and configure anything that concerns your emails in your organization, right? So for you to do that, you have to go to the Exchange Admin Center. And for us to go to the Exchange Admin Center, you come to the main Admin Center, you click on Show All, scroll down, and you click on Exchange. So it's going to redirect you to the Exchange Admin portal. Okay. So as you can see, this is the Exchange Admin portal. Now, looking at this on the left panel, when you click on recipients, you will see different types of recipients. The first one is called mailbox. What is a mailbox? Mailbox is just like you have a file where you keep your documents. Look at it in the emails aspect. Your emails are kept in a file before it's now kept in a very big cabinet, which is the exchange server. So if you are created an email and you are given the ad exchange license, you'll be created a mailbox. So that mailbox will have your inbox, sent items, deleted items, and archive. So that is what will be inside the mailbox, right? Now, if you look here, these are all the mailbox. Please, can you mute yourself?
What are you learning? Is this a job where person can give me the
Yes.
So if you look at this place now, these are all the users that have been given exchange license. The only time you appear here is if you have a license or you are a shared mailbox. Now, if I create a user for you, because you don't have a license, you will not show up here on the exchange admin center, right? Like for instance, if you come here and you click on users, active users, you will see that there are some users that are unlicensed. You can see this user, this one, this one, this one. You will not find them here. They will not be here because they don't have a license, right? Now we have two types of mailbox. We have the user mailbox and we have the shared mailbox. The user mailbox is like the actual one you get where you have a license, right? And the shared mailbox is a mailbox that is created. It doesn't need the license. The only way you can use the shared mailbox is that you give the access to somebody that has a license. So if somebody doesn't have a license, the shared mailbox is useless because they will not be able to access it. Now let me give you an instance now. This is a user mailbox. They have a license. I'll create a shared mailbox now. This is a shared mailbox. I'll give it a name. Mm, test user. Email address. Test user. You select the domain. Let's use this one. You can add an alias too, right? And create. Now you see the way I created this one. If you want to create a user mailbox, you don't create it like this. What you do for a user mailbox is you create a user and assign a license. Once you assign a license, that's where the mailbox will be created. And you will only assign an exchange license. So what allows you to be able to access your emails is called exchange license. Exchange. So let's check for test user. As you can see the type of mailbox here, shared mailbox. Now this shared mailbox now is like a regular mailbox. So, but the difference is that we don't need the license. Now we have created it, right? But the mailbox is just there.
Yeah.
It's useless as it is now. It's very useless. You know why? I can send email to it too. The email will enter the mailbox, but you cannot send email out. Why? Because it's not a user mailbox. For you to be able to do or to access that share mailbox, you have to now assign the a permission to somebody that have a license. That's where the mailbox have become operable. So if I don't give the access to somebody to operate, the share mailbox will just be there. How do I do that? When I click here on the mailbox, I'll come to delegation. As you can see, we have permission, set as, and full permission. What does set as do? Set as give you the ability to send email as like that shared mailbox. If you don't have this permission, you can enter the shared mailbox, but you don't be able to send email. This one now, if you give yourself access, you'll be able to like enter the mailbox and do everything except send. So let me add myself. Let me add myself. So I'll add myself. Then I'll give delegate permission. So I've given myself delegate permission now. So how do I access the mailbox? Because I have delegate permission, I'll go to my Outlook. Here, I'll open my own. Right? So this is my own Outlook now. For me to access that shared mailbox, I'll have to come to my profile icon, click on open another mailbox, click on it, and then I'll put in the email, this one, this test user. I'll put in the email, then I'll put it here. So because I have delegate permission, I'll be able to access the mailbox. So I'll click on open. Okay, hold on. What permission did I give myself? Oh, I have to give myself this one to be able to go into it. The other one is just to send us, which I can do for my Outlook. I don't need to go to that shared mailbox. So let me add myself here so that I can enter the mailbox. Okay, we'll try it again. So I should be able to enter the mailbox now because I have the full permission. Let me refresh it. So as you can see now, I've entered the um shared mailbox. As you can see, it's like a regular mailbox. The only difference is that if you don't assign it to somebody that has license, an exchange license, the mailbox is useless. So the where this kind of mailbox like is very good and useful is, for instance, if you don't want to buy plenty license and you want to create email for maybe IT, you want to create email for let's say um customer care, right? And you don't want to buy plenty license. The only difference is that you have to assign the shared mailbox to somebody that you know that will have time to be checking that mailbox, right? So that is the difference between the shared mailbox and user mailbox. Aside from that, they do the same thing. If you send email now from this one, let me show you. If you send email now from here to the shared mailbox, it's going to enter. It's going to come in. So send it, you see, it should come here. As you can see, this is the email in the shared mailbox. So you can give permission to as many people as possible to this shared mailbox. And don't forget, it's not only shared mailbox you can give permission to. You can actually give permission to like user mailbox too, right? Now that is for shared mailbox. Let's go back here. As we explained yesterday, groups. The same way you are seeing groups here. If you create a group here, if you create a group here, here, it's going to appear here. So the idea of group is the same. Group is just for you to add multiple people so that you can send email to them at once. Now, this group now is not only for email. If you want to share files on SharePoint, instead of you like sharing it one by one, you can share it to the group. Share to the group. Everybody in the group will have access to it at once, right? So contact is like people that you call to collaborate. They're always external. So everybody is external is a contact, right? Now, this is like the most useful part for a for an exchange administrator. This part here. What is message trace? Let's say, for instance, now in your organization, they send you email or you send email out and the email is failing, or the email, the person you are sending it to, is saying, I don't receive it. Too. How will you know what happened? Is the message trace that will tell you. I'll show you how it works. Now, if I come here, I'll start a trace. When you click here, you'll see this um icon. You'll see this what will I call it? Is it sidebar? But you see what I see now. So you fill this information. You put the sender. So if the sender is one person, right? You just type in the sender here. Type in the recipient. So what I'll do now is that I'll run a trace to my Gmail. So every email that has got to my Gmail, it will show me what happened. Was it delivered? The ones that did not deliver, what happened? So I'll put by Gmail. Let me put by Gmail here. So this is by Gmail. Now I can choose which period to which period. So um let's do okay, let's do a new one. Let's do it like this. I'll run a new email now so that we'll see what happened to that email. So I'll set a new one. Okay. So I'll do test test. Then I'll send it. So if I get the email, if I don't get it, whatever happened, we are going to see it. So I actually got the email in my Gmail. If you go to my Gmail, you will see the email there. So now we are going to run the trace. What is the time? This is 1836. So I'm going to do from here to 1930. So that means the email that was sent between this time and this time and this date, right? So I'll run the search now. So as you can see, this is today. This is the day before yesterday also. Yes. So this is today. If you click on it, as you can see, the email was delivered successfully. If the email was not delivered, you will see all information about why, what happened. Do you understand? It's going to tell
Yeah.
you what happened. If it is the receiver that blocked it, it's going to tell you that the receiver was blocked, right? Now, we'll run another one now, but I want to create a rule first before we run it. So let's create a rule. So we'll now try to set another one. Let's create a rule. Create a new rule. Block Gmail. If the recipient is, you see, I created a rule. If the recipient is, then I put this domain. I put gmail.com. I'll add it, right? I'll save. So do the following. What should happen? Block the email. So what I've tried to say is, if the recipient domain is gmail.com, what should happen? Block the domain. That means if anybody in my organization is trying to send email outside to Gmail, it's going to get blocked, right? Now do the following. Block the message, reject the message, and select give explanation. So this is the explanation. Gmail not allowed. So I'll save it. Next. I'll run it now. Finished. So I just want to show you how the message trays work, what it does. Okay. So that rule, let's go to that rule, block Gmail. Then we enable it. If you don't enable the rule, it will not take effect. So you have to enable it first. Okay, so it's enabled now, as you can see, block Gmail. Now let's try to set another email to Gmail. Then we'll see what happens. Okay, let's set a new one. Okay, let's go to, let me use a different one. So that it don't look as if it's only that Gmail. So now, this is the Gmail. I'm going to do test. Test. So let me send it. Mhm. So based on the configuration, I'm not supposed to receive that Gmail, that email. The was set to Gmail. Okay, it says set here, but I've not received it though. Can you see? A custom mail flow created by admin has blocked your message. So this email will not go through. So if I run message trace now and check that email, what happened on that email? So let's see what happened on that email. So I'm going to decrease this to here. So let's see. Mm-hmm. 8:30, 19. It's not even bringing it out, right? I think it's because it was blocked by admin. But if you look at it very well, you can see the ADR is blocked by admin. Now, let's say it was blocked by Gmail, right? When you send it and Gmail blocks it, you'll be wondering why they are not seeing it. Once you come to check here, it will tell you why it's being blocked. If the email come in and let's say Gmail send you email now, or your friend say, I sent you email now, I sent you email, but you're not seeing it. There's high tendency that that email is either is quarantine or marked as spam. If you run the message trace, then it's going to show you, tell you why. Don't forget, if you're running the message trace, let's say the person that sent the email is Gmail. Is the Gmail you put here. You put the Gmail address as the sender. Then your own will now be the recipient because you are the one receiving it. Okay. So the message trace is a very useful tool for Exchange administrator because it helps you determine a lot of issues. Anything that concern email not delivering, you have to run a message trace to get more information. That's one. Let me unblock this one before I forget. So as I disable it now, it's going to start going to Gmail. Okay. So that's what basic trace does. Now let's go to rule. As you can see, I already created a rule for you to see how it works. But before I go ahead with the rule, do you have any question on message trace? Please ask now before I go ahead to rule. Does anyone have a question or message trace?
Good evening, boss.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, sorry, I have a question regarding
Okay,
the shared mailbox. So
okay.
I want to confirm. You said there is you have shared mailbox and you talk.
Mm-hmm.
I want to confirm the group. The group is something that you add different people inside the mailbox and create a name for it, right? I
So
don't know
now
if you should
the
understand
group
that
is
because I
different.
know
The
there
group
are
is
some
different.
stuff they said mailing
Yeah.
group and share mailbox. I
Mm-hmm.
want to confirm, like the mailing group, and they assign someone to be sending mail on behalf of that group.
Yes. So now the first difference between a shared mailbox and a group,
Okay.
right, is a group is just like it's just like a passage to give information to different people. So a group does not actually have a mailbox. It has an email. It has an email address, but it doesn't have a mailbox. Do you understand? So the group is just like a connection between you and all other members that are in that group. Only if you now use a mail enabled group, that's why you can now talk about mailbox. All right. So as you said, if you have a group and it's mail enabled, definitely you can give permission. As far as it's mail enabled, you'll be able to give permission who can send, who can not send. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much.
Okay. So any other question on what I've said so far before I continue?
Okay, sorry. Can we just say the group can be likened to a distribution list?
Something like that. It's still the same function. It's the same function. Do you understand? So when you create a group or distribution list and you add them, if you add everybody, if you send an like an email to all of them, they'll get it. Do you understand? But there are some circumstances where F365 group is more preferable than distribution list. Like for instance now, on SharePoint, they always recommend F365 instead of distribution list. Do you understand? The reason why is because on SharePoint, they don't get the email if you use distribution list. Like if you share a file now and you send it to the email of the group, they don't get the email. But on F365, they get. So they don't recommend distribution list at all. They don't recommend it at all. But they are the same concept. They do the same work. I hope that's clear. Like, does it answer your question? Hello.
Yeah, yes,
Hi.
yes.
Okay. So does anybody have any other question? So I can continue. Okay. Now, the main aim of a exchange admin is to secure emails. Now, what do I mean by secure emails? Now, you know, if you're at that organization now, if you pass sensitive information to some people, they can decide to forward it out. You understand? They can decide to share it to somebody. That's where rules come in. I'm sure some of you have worked in organization where people cannot send you email. Only a specific kind of domain can send you email. People cannot just send you email anyhow. Even you that are inside, you cannot send email anyhow outside. That is configured by Exchange admin. If you come here now and you click on add a rule, create a new rule. If you click here, apply this rule, you will see different options. Different option. And anybody that actually can read and write will understand what this is. So they say apply this rule. If you select this one, it will affect the sender, the person that is sending it, right? It could be you, it could be the external, but whoever the sender is, it will affect the person. If you click the sender now, you now decide who the sender is. If you choose this person, that means you have to put the person in your organization, right? If you choose external or internal, you can now choose if the person is outside or inside. If you choose outside and you click save, now you now see do the following. What do you want to happen? Now that you choose external, whatever you select now will affect all the external. But you can create exception. How do you create exception? Let's say you want this thing, the rule, it should not affect some particular external. How will you do it? Now, this is how you do it. You click on this plus sign here. You see the rule. Apply this rule. If the sender is external, right? External, it's going to affect all external. But if you want to select a particular external to be allowed, you select this one. If the sender is domain, then you put that external domain. So let's say I have a company now. That company, what they do is they transport my staff, right? What they do is they transport my staff now. I can add their own, right? Let's say it's lagride.com. If you add lagride.com, whatever policy you're applying now will not affect them because I'm going to do the following. What will happen? Of all the rules here, you can decide what you want to happen. Here now, if you don't want the email to just land in your inbox, you want it to like go through admin to like approve it. Then you select this one, right? If you want the message to be redirected, when I say redirect, you can actually create a folder. That folder now, you can say, okay, any email that is coming from this domain, go to that folder. You can say block this domain. Just the way you see, I did with Gmail. Now. That's the way it's going to block it. Now, you can apply disclaimer. What is disclaimer? Before you send a message, you see a message on the email. It's going to tell you maybe this is an external email, blah blah blah. Depends on what the admin has set up. So if I do apply disclaimer now, append, I prepend. What is append? One that the disclaimer is up. Why the other one, the disclaimer is down below the email. So if you choose this one now, enter text. So whatever you write here is what they will see when they want to send the email. Right? That's what they will see when they want to send the email. Which other rule do we have here? Come in. Okay. So here, you can modify the message properties. What other options are under here? Remove message header. Set a message header. Apply a message classification. Set the spam confidence level. Now, what does this do? You know, when you set that email, there's something they call exchange online protection. Is what detects if an email is spam or not. So spam confidence level is what determines if the email is marked as spam or not. So these are the different spam confidence level. The higher, the better. So if it's high, it means that is spam, right? So what this rule is for most time is if like your email is accidentally marking a particular domain as spam, then you can come and create this rule to let them know that, oh, let this domain bypass the spam filter. All right. So you are trying to mark this domain as dot spam. That's where this rule come in. Okay. So let's check other one. So there are a lot of rules here. But mainly, whatever you configure will happen. This is where they do exception. Except if, so let's say you want to like block Gmail, or you want to block external. You want a particular external domain. This is where you do exception. That's why I see the option except if, right? So that's for the rule. Now domain. This domain is like, it's not really, they don't really use it, but it's like if you want to collaborate with an external domain, the accepted domain is just your own domain, right? So they don't really use all these things. Connectors, what are connectors? Now, on the Microsoft end, there's a limit to the email that you can send at once. So Microsoft is to allow bulk email. Please, can you mute yourself? So Microsoft does not allow bulk emails. What do I mean by bulk emails? Like you want to send 100 people emails at once, or you want to send 1,000 email. Microsoft does not allow it, right? So if you want to do that, you have to use a third-party connector. So that third-party connector now is what will allow you to be able to like send bulk emails. That's what the connector does. So the connector helps you to send bulk emails. It does other things though, but on Microsoft end, that's what the connector does. Okay. Now, alert. It's just like creating alert. Like if somebody in your organization said to watch email, alert me. If somebody is sending email to this domain, alert me. If this person send multiple domain email at once, alert me. So it depends on what you want to configure, right? Now, let's go to roles. Every admin center, every admin center, they have these roles. So if you go here on admin, if you go to roles, it's the same thing that is here too. If you go to compliance, you still see the role. If you go to um team, you see the role. All right. So as you can see, I can give any role I want, anyone. I can give it here. So they just give you so that you don't have to start going back. You don't start going back to the main administrator, right? So we have migration. Does anybody have an idea what migration is? Like what they call migration? Does anybody have an idea?
Can I try?
Yeah. Okay.
Please raise up your hand. So I'll select person. Who wants to talk? All right, if you want to talk, just raise up your hand. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So let's start with Ibiyika. Yeah, Ibiyika.
All right. Thank you. So migration is just simply mean movement from one point to another.
Okay, that's correct. Solomon.
Okay. So, of course, I would say migration is probably the when you want to move your resources, probably from maybe from one tenant or to another tenant, or from one subscription from a public to another subscription, or probably like maybe some people that move their on-prem office probably to the cloud.
Okay. Okay, that's correct too. So Abiodun, we are going to have Abiodun last. Abiodun, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add to what people have said.
Okay.
So depends on, for example, if it's email now, I believe we have different tenants, and we
Mhm.
also have, since this one is Microsoft, so we
Mm.
have other
Rider.
services like Google and the likes.
Mhm.
So maybe we can transfer from Google, or I know about GoDaddy as well, to
Okay.
Microsoft or vice versa. So we can move emails, move other things as well into one
Okay.
tenant or the other to another. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So all of you are very correct. So basically, this migration part you see, all right, it's just there are tools there in this migration batch that helps you to migrate your data from either a different provider or you want to move tenant to tenant. So let's say for instance now, you are using Google. You know this same business, Google does it. Google also have admin center, they have global admin, they have all these things. It's just that it's not as popular as Microsoft. It's the personal one, the free one that is popular. Now, if you want to move your emails now from Google to Microsoft, you can use this migration tool. Or if you want to move from Microsoft to Google also, you can use the migration tool. So that's basically what it is. Helps you to migrate your data from one provider to another, or from one tenant to another tenant. So you guys are very correct, right? Very, very correct. Now, what else? There's actually not much on Exchange Administrator because what they do mainly here is to create rules that secure your account, that secure your emails. That's the main thing that Exchange Admin used to do, right? But let's check other thing. What do I want to show you? Now, if you go to mailboxes, so let's use this one now as a shared mailbox. If you look here, manage contact information, we have that same um we have that same settings or configuration or displays. So let's use a licensed one. So other account now, you will see manage contact information here. So what is contact information? You can change the name, display name, add phone number, country, whatever. You can do it here. You can also do it here. So if you click here too, you can see what can you do. This is email addresses. If you want to add alias and all those things, you do it here. Now, if you click on manage email settings for email app, all these things now, if you go out or check it, it's definitely going to affect. It's going to affect how your emails work. Like for instance, now, if you go out or check Outlook on the web, definitely your Outlook on the web will not work again, right? So let's say for instance now, somebody in your organization complain, say, my Outlook is not working on the web, but it's working in the application. It's working on my phone, but it's not working on the browser. This is the first thing you come and check. Do you understand? So you first come and check to make sure that this thing is not unchecked. Because if it is, then that's where the issue is. All right. This one, they are all like here now, Outlook desktop. If you check it, it means that you are preventing login on the application. All right. Let's do manage mobile devices. So here now, there is no iTunes management. So you don't really see what change. It's only if you manage the device with Intune, that's where you see that this place devices will be listed. So this is the size of the mailbox. I explained yesterday. I said if you are giving Exchange Plan 1, how many storage do you get? Can somebody answer me? If you are giving Exchange
2
Plan 1,
gigabyte.
50
50
gigabyte,
gig.
right? What about the archive? That is the extra storage space. How many?
50 gig or so, 50 gig.
Okay, good. So if you are giving X8 Plateau, how many did you get that time?
100 gig. 100 gigabyte.
Good. And 100 gig archive also, right? Now, that's good. So let's come here. If you look here, they say manage message size. So yeah, you can manage like the size of message you want the user to be able to send at one. You understand? So let me click on it. So set message. This is the maximum size. Receive message. This is the maximum size. So if you try to send anything that has a size more than this, it will not go. Or receive, it will not go. Because that's what has been set up. Right? And this is the maximum. This is the maximum. Email forwarding. We all know what forwarding is. Forwarding is you want an email that came to your inbox to leave your inbox to another inbox. You can do it for internal or external. Now, if I enable my own now, let's enable for this user. You can see I can decide any email that come to me should go to this person also. Or I can do for external, right? So I can say, okay, any email that come here should go to my Gmail. I'm coming. All right. So I'll keep here. If I check this box, it means if you forward to me, I'll have a copy, and the Gmail also, we have a copy. I'll save it, right? Then let's run the test. Let's run the test to see how the forwarding works. So to access your application, just click on the 9 dots up here. It's going to open. Okay, it's opened already. So I'll send an email now to this test. I should receive it in my Gmail and also here. So let's send one. Okay. So I've set it. We should receive it here. Okay, this is it. I should receive it also here. Can you see? You see that the text came in. So that's because I enabled a forwarding rule. That's why it came, right? So that's what forwarding does. And most people that use forwarding is people that maybe they're not really
Sorry, I can't hear anything. Is it just me? I can't hear anything again.
Maybe the this thing is frozen. The steam might be frozen. That thing happened yesterday.
I think it's time to pass back.
Yes, yes.
Can you guys hear me now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yes, we can
Let
hear you.
me reshare my screen. How about my screen? Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now?
I
Yes,
can
please.
see your screen now.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So do you understand the idea of the forwarding now? So that's what forwarding rule does. Then for archive, right? If you want to enable archive for a user, let's say the mailbox, the actual mailbox is full, and you want to like enable the archive, you can do that from here. When you come to others, right? You will see mailbox archive. So when you click on it, you enable it. As soon as you enable it, you are going to see the archive on your Outlook. It's called in place archive on your Outlook. So you'll be confused because you are going to see two different archive. One archive, let me show you what archive. This is actually archive. But archive, this word I are seeing now is like, I don't want to be seeing this email. But when you enable that archive, it's called in place archive on the Outlook. That's how you use and know that the one you are seeing now is actually the extra storage, not the double archive. It's called e-place archive. Maybe I should enable it so that you guys will see. Let me enable it. So we should see e-place archive down here. Mhm. Okay, it's still loading. Don't worry, it's going to show. We are going to show you. So let's not waste time. All right. So that's for um that. So there's something somebody asked yesterday that if you can you create a rule that will help you forward emails to archive? And I say yes. You do that from compliance. You create a policy called MRM. So once you create the policy, let's say you want to apply the policy now to this user so that this user's email will be going to archive after the particular period you have set up. This is where you do it from. When you come to mailbox, you scroll down, you can see where it says retention policy. So when you click here, you select which one you want to use. Right now, I don't have anyone that I created. That's why you see that here is like this. But if I created other ones now, it should be listed here. Do you want me to create one now so that I'll show you how to apply it? Do you guys want me to create one now? So I'll show you how to apply it.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
Yes, proceed.
Okay, now let's say my by mailbox is full, right? And I cannot be manually moving the mailbox. That's where they're gonna do the MRM policy. So we'll go to purview. We go to purview, and then we type MRM up here. So I like to type so that it take me to where I'm going straight. Now, when you are here, the first thing you are going to create is a tag. It's called MRM tag. What is a tag? The tag is the action you want the policy to perform. That's what it's called, MRM tag. So we create the tag first. So let's do new tag. What's the tag name? Let's do 5 months move to archive. So you can put a description if you want. Any email that has gotten to any email more than 5 months should automatically move to archive. So you click on next. So that we have clicked text now, click on this one, the first one. Then you click on next. Now, they said retention period. How long do you want this email to be retained? You can see when item reach the following age. So if you want the like, if you want the email to be like 1 year or 6 months, you calculate it by number of days. So for 5 months now, 5 months should be um close to 100 and something days
One
now.
something.
One
170 something days, 174, 76.
okay, let's just say 174. Now, what do you want to happen to those emails? Move to archive. So when you click book to archive, you click on next, then submit. Right? So done. You have created a tag. After creating the tag now, we are going to create the policy. So you go to policy. Now new policy. So we are going to debit 5 bucks, move to archive. Then we are going to add the tag. You see that tag? I told you is the action that we want the policy to perform. So let's choose 5 1, move to archive, then add text, next. So this particular one now, if you want this user, that the user email should move to archive after it has reached 5 months, you come here, then you come here, you can see 5 bucks move to archive. So when you click on it and save, so once you have saved it now, any email that has reached 5 months, as soon as they are reaching 5 months, they'll start moving to archive. I hope you guys get what I did now. You guys get what I did? Or you want me to explain
Yes.
again? Okay. This was the place I have not come. Okay. So that's how to automatically move emails to archive. Now, if you don't want the emails to move to archive, maybe you want them to be deleting, right? Then you choose delete instead of move to archive, so that if email reach a particular period, let it delete. So that's for MRM. That's for MRM. So let's look at other things that we can do here. So here now, this is a shared mailbox. You can convert it to a regular mailbox. But for you to convert it to a regular mailbox, you have to have a license ready. Because without a license, the user will not function. So let's try. This is a shared mailbox now. Let's convert it to a regular mailbox. Do you want to convert it? Confirm. So it has been converted now. Now that it has been converted, you have to first go and assign a license. If you don't assign a license now, at 30, if within now and 30 days, whatever information is on that mailbox will be permanently deleted. But as long as the mailbox is a shared mailbox, nothing gets deleted, right? Nothing, because shared mailbox are meant like not to have a license. But now that you have converted it to a user mailbox, you have to give it a license. So there are two ways of creating a shared mailbox. It's either you create it from afresh or you convert a user mailbox to a shared mailbox. Those are the two options. Okay. Now, litigation hold. What is litigation hold? If you read it very well, when litigation hold is turned on for a mailbox, users can remove items from their mailbox, but those items will still be saved to the Office 365. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you enable this one, there will still be a retention on the mailbox, right? It will still be with Microsoft. You can always recover your email as long as this litigation hold is on. You can always recover your mailbox or the item inside it. Okay. What else? Mm, Mail tip. Mail tip is just like you want to get alert on a mailbox. Let's say how to send email now. Maybe the email is external. You just see a pop-up that say, oh, this email is an external one. No. Are you sure you want to send it? So that's what the mail tip. That's what it does. All right. Mm, so basically on Exchange, there's no much like that. The main thing people do on Exchange is to create rules and then manage rules. So that's what they do mainly on Exchange. You give delegate permission, decide who can access one email or not, create group, create users, give license. That's the main function of an Exchange admin. So right now, I'm open to question so that I can answer anything before we go. And we'll also try the domain. We'll try add it again because by now it's supposed to whatever is happening should have been corrected. So please ask your question now. All right. So I'm open for question. Hello guys.
Yes, we are here. We are here.
Yes, so please ask your question. Ask questions. Know how you must have a question because I know I asked a lot of questions when I was learning. I was teaching myself though, but I was asking a lot of questions. So please feel free. No question is stupid though. Only if you want to say you understand or you understood everything. Hello, nobody's talking. Are you guys shy? Solomon, Bildred, Idoko, Abiodun, Michelle.
Yeah, please. Can you hear me? This is Abiodun.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, regarding the litigation hold
Mm-hmm.
that we discussed,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned that if they set it up, it will retain some the particular information for that particular time. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So okay.
mm-hmm. No, continue.
Yeah.
Continue when you're done.
Yeah. So what I now need to ask is it that when we enable that for a particular user
Mm-hmm.
and they tries to maybe to delete something,
Mm-hmm.
is it that that content will not delete? That content they won't be able to delete, or because I have not seen, or they will be able to delete it, just that maybe it's going to go to, I don't know, or they won't be able, they will still be able to. Is that make sense for user, for them to enable education for user, and that when user want to delete something, they are not able to delete? Does that make sense?
All right. So now the user will be able to delete, right? But then it's still going to be reserved in some way they called the recoverable items. Do you understand? So the user will delete, it will delete from the user's email. The user will not see it there again. But then it's going to be backed up in where they call the recoverable items. So as long as that litigation hold is on, the user can always go and retrieve that particular email, right? So it's people that maybe like they are scared of maybe their emails deleting by mistake, or they value their emails a lot. It's those are this kind of people that has to enable it. People that don't want their emails to get deleted at all. Because I've seen users that they have used email up to what 1.5 terabyte and they are still looking for more space because they are not deleting anything at all. Do you understand now?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah, I
understand?
understand.
So the same thing for
Yeah, thanks.
retention policy, litigation hold, retention policy, they do the same work. They retain your data. All right. So for litigation
But
hold,
I want to ask, because when
okay.
you discussed about the retention policy,
Mm-hmm.
is there an option? I don't think there's option to retain there. The only option that I saw there, the one you mentioned, is archive. Does that mean that it's going to, when they try to delete also on that archive, it will not delete?
Now, what we did today
The
is
other one,
MRM.
the other option that you mentioned on that retention is move delete set a retention to delete or to move to archive? Or is there other
Now,
ones there?
now, what it is today now is called MRM policy, not a retention policy. Do you understand? Now, this MRM is just to help you automate some action. Like if you want to delete plenty email now, I don't want to like start looking for them one by one. You use MRM so that any email that has got to this particular period will automatically get deleted or move to archive. Depends on what you choose. If you want to create retention policy, then you have to go to retention policy. Let me show you the difference. Let me show you the difference.
Okay. All right.
All right. So now this is MRM. Okay, this is MRM. So here, let me show you what the tag is. Let's edit one tag. Maybe the one you just created now. 5 months. So let's edit it and see. Edit. Next. Next. Now, see what happened. They said after the email reaches this particular day, what should happen? Delete. Permanently delete or move to archive. Right? This is an automated action that you want to happen. But let me show you retention policy now. Retention policy is not actually about deleting. It's about keeping. Now this is policy. Retention policy now. So if I want to create a policy now, let me create one. So I'll say never delete. Next. Next. Choose this one. Next. So here now, as you can see, I can decide what I want to back up, what I want to never delete. All right. As you can see, there's Exchange, SharePoint,
Yeah.
OneDrive, and all. So if
Yeah.
I click this now, you can see the information is different. Retain item for this period. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Now, here, I can decide 10 years. I can customize it. How many years do I want?
Yeah.
You can see it goes way beyond 10. You can see it goes up to even 1,000. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Now, at the end of
Yes.
the retention period, what's the retention period I've reached? If you say, okay, retain for 1 year now, after that 1 year, what do you want to happen? Do nothing or delete it, right?
Yeah.
If you don't want it to
Yes.
delete, if you don't want it to delete, click on do nothing. It will just be there. But if you select this
Yeah.
one now, retain item forever, it means that that file will always be there, always. All right. Or you can choose this one,
Yeah.
only delete item when you reach a certain age. It still say the same thing. You understand? So you can see the difference
I
now.
understand.
Mhm. Retention
Yeah.
is retaining. MRM is like
RM
an automated action.
moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Thank you.
Okay. Somebody else wanted to ask question.
Yes. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening.
All right. Thank you so much. So
Welcome.
for the connector side, I just
Mhm.
need some clarification. You said the
Okay.
Microsoft do not support the bulk sending of
Yes.
bulk emails. Okay,
Email.
so that in solution to that, I need to connect to some other,
A third
you
party.
know, a third party. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want which, for instance, which other party uh that, as in, for instance, who are
Mm-hmm.
these third parties?
Okay. So there are a lot of third parties. There are a
Mm,
lot. So they are, how will I put it? They're like they're like their own job is to help you have your own like bulk email sender,
mm,
right? So them now, they're like different entity from Microsoft. Microsoft themselves, they don't have a collector. Their own work, their work is to connect you to those people. You understand? So if you go
mm.
to that collector now, they'll list different partner for you. So you'll be the one to choose which of them you want to use. I don't know if it's going to show here because this is a developer on. So I don't know. Let me see if it's going to show. Okay. So you can see connector from Office 365, your organization email server. It could be cPanel or any other server. There's a partner. So let's say, for instance, now you choose partner. Next, I'll give you the name, blah blah blah, and then it's going to connect you. But then, if the time come, when you're actually looking for that feature, you
Mm.
can follow the steps, and then you get connected to one of the partner. All right. So what you connect to them now, they'll send you an email, blah blah blah, and all that. I've not used it before. I don't know how it's done.
Okay. Is
Mm-hmm.
there any additional fee to be paid to them?
Mm, depends.
Okay.
Depends. Depends on the connector you're using. I don't think they really pay like that. Even if they'll pay, it's a
Mm,
small fee. I don't think it's like
mm,
big money. I don't think it's like
okay.
big money. But don't worry,
Mm, mm.
because of this question you asked now, mm, I'll do some research on it so
All
that by
right.
the next class, I'll tell you about it.
All right.
I'll do more
Thank
research
you.
on it.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Mm.
Any other question?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening.
Please, regarding what you said about, I think this connector, so that you can send a bulk message. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Without using a third party.
Mm-hmm.
So, if in an organization you have about 1,000 staff,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you get an internal communication or you get mail. Everybody gets it at once. So,
Mm-hmm.
how then do they do that? How then do they do that? Is it
Use a
that they
group.
use? Okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
use a
You've
group.
answered the question.
So once you create a group, you add those users to it, and then you are sending emails to one email, not plenty email. Do you understand? So that one email, that's what you are sending it. But then that group now has helped you to deliver it to everybody. But it is just one email. But imagine you now, you go to your email, this is by Outlook, and then you click on new email. You're now putting this one, you put this one, you put this one. And then that you get, you see that it's becoming bulk. Yeah, it's already becoming plenty. That's one. But instead of me now adding all these people here, I'll just create a group, add them. Even if they are external, all I need to do is add them as a guest. Once I add them as a guest, I'll be able to add them to the group. Do you understand? So if you have a guest, now added to your organization, you can add them as a group. But there's still limit. Some people like to send more than 10,000 email in a day. Even if you create a group, that limit still apply. Do you understand? Because you cannot send 10,000 email in a day. So there's a documentation coming of exchange. So there's a documentation. Okay. Take this one that gives you information about the limitation of the sending and receiving. So if you go through in here, there's like a table. Okay. This is not here. So I think you should go through the documentation. You have a lot of information. As you can see now, they said you can add 100 members to a distribution list. Now, if you add 100 members to that distribution list now, it means that if you send one email to that list or that email, every 100%, 100,000 will get it, right? But that's for member. Set the limit. Say set the limit here. They say 5,000 or more members. That's if you want to send, it will only be able to send to 5,000 people in that group. So everything, there's a lot of limitation. We have to understand it. So maybe I'll drop the link on the tips chat so that you can read through it. Would you like me to do that?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. So if you have any doubts about anything, always look for Microsoft documentation because documentation is what will give you the right information. You can ask ChatGPT, fine, but ChatGPT always extracts information from what is documentation. But yeah, there's always a limitation in different ways. You just have to understand what the limitation is. Even on SharePoint, OneDrive, there's a limitation. There's always a limitation. But when we get to that stage, we'll also talk about their limitation. So any other question?
Can you tell me?
Yeah, but your voice is low.
Know why please sorry. This limitation is it just for the message or even to the number of people per group? Like how do I put it now? Now you're saying there are limitations to the number of messages. Is it
Mhm.
also does it apply to the number of people or it's unlimited for the number of people in it?
So, like if you see the documentation I said just now, there was a place, like for instance, distribution list. That's a like a group too. They said you can add 5,000. No, they said you can add 100,000, but the limit of people that can get the email is 5,000. So me now, I've not really tried adding 100,000 people to a distribution list. And I don't think I'll ever have the opportunity to try that 100,000 to a distribution list. What am I trying to send? So All these limitation, they are all listed in the documentation, right? You can always go through it. Also, you can always ask ChatGPT, ask for the limitation. If you cannot go through the documentation, right? ChatGPT will help you to extract the information, the exact one you need. Do you understand? I'm talking
And
to
then
Doko.
you said you were going to go back. Yes, yes, I've heard you.
The domain, right?
Can you hear me? Can you go back to it, or would that be treated tomorrow?
Is it the
It's
domain?
creating a personal domain. Yes, personal domain we started with.
Yeah, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Domains. Okay. So you can see incomplete setup. That's because you've not be able to add it properly. So let's start again. Okay. Let's try this one. Let's try this one first. Let's see again. Mm. Okay. So there was no error this time. Continue. So it means that whatever was happening has been corrected. Let's click on continue. So what I'm expecting now is to give us the TXT records, the MX record, right? So it's working now. So we are going to add, we have added TXT, right? Or what did we add the other time? Now we are going to add these other records we are seeing. So let's start from MX. So we are going to come here. Let's select MX. So you go to host name. The host name given is at. So you copy that, go back here and paste it. So the TTL, which is type to live, is 1 hour. 1 hour is equivalent to 3600. So write 3600. Okay. So value is this value. So put it here. And priority is 0. If you can see this priority. So put 0 under priority. Then save changes. So let's save changes. So now we're going to add another one. We'll add CNAME. So this is CNAME. Host name is auto discover. Come here, add it. Host name. Time is 3600. So here, CNAME, because that's what we're adding. CNAME, CNAME. All right. So TTL, 1 hour. Value. Let's copy the value. This is the value. Then save changes. Okay. So now let's make sure that is TXT. Let's go. Let's go continue. because we have added txt before. Let's see if it connects. So if everything should connect, it's going to completely finish. Okay. Okay. So CNAME is added properly. It said MX record is added wrongly. The TTL. Okay. So let's check the MX record. MX. Oh, how come? This is ordered. We did a mistake there. So the value, this value, this value. So host name is at. So let's say changes. So let's run again. So MX should be fine now. MX should be fine now. Then we'll be left with txt. So you can see MX is fine now. So we are left with txt. So let's copy the txt, the value. So we'll just edit the one we have here. This one, txt. So this is the value. Coming. So let's copy the value again. This is the value. Let's paste it. And then the host name. Host name is at. So let's put at. Then save changes. Okay. So everything should work fine now. Everything should work fine now. We're good. So you can see we don't have error. You see the domain setup is complete. Now you can click on done. So under domain now, we should have LD, right? So you can create a new user with that new domain, or you can switch domain of an existing user, right? Let me give you a instance now. Let's say this one. No, let's use allow the chain. Okay, let's use this one. So now this one already has a domain which is on Microsoft.com. I can switch it to the new domain. How do I do that? Come here, right? Click on edit, and then I'll switch it. This is the new one. So if I switch it now and I click done and I save the changes, what will happen? The user will be required to sign in again with this new email. So the email will now be this one at the new domain. Note, the password will be the same. The only thing that is changing is the domain. The password will be the same. The authenticator will be the same. Now, if I change this one now, this old one will become an alias. So let me click done. You see the old one is now an alias, right? So that's how the domain works. You can create a new one and add your custom domain. Also, you can switch an already existing one. The account will remain the same. The only thing that change is the domain. So let's say you have email and files on that particular um email before. It doesn't affect it. It's not affected at all. All right. So if you have a question, please ask. So if you have a question,
Please, I have a question.
please ask. Okay. So go
So
ahead.
because still trying to get used to this whole Microsoft administrator thing, so some things that I did I'm not clear of. Okay, now first of maybe I wasn't in class when you explained it, but why exactly we need a personal domain? And then if we are working in an organization,
Mhm.
are they have their own domain that you will work with, or once you are employed, you have to create this personal domain that you will use to work with them. I'm still trying to understand it. Maybe
All
what's
right.
really the reason for this personal? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I understand. All right. Now, if me and you now, let me ask you like, if you open a company now, right, and you want your company to have an email, would you rather have them have the email in your company name or in a random name? Which one would you prefer?
I have a company.
Mm-hmm.
Come again, my daughter was.
So let's say you have a company now and you want to like create an email for your company. Would you rather have your company name as the email or a random one? Which one would you prefer? Which one would you prefer?
The company name, of course, because of the branding and the publicity to make it a
Exactly.
formality.
Exactly. So I want her to answer herself because it seems she doesn't understand what I'm asking. Idoka, are you there? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me, please?
Your voice is
Can you hear
breaking.
me? Can you hear me?
We, yeah, we can hear you.
From my end. So I said to use my company name.
You prefer to use your company name. So that's the essence of Microsoft allowing you to use your domain. Like that bro saying, for branding and trust. All right. So when a company see your email and they see that your is for your company, to be able to identify where this email is coming from. Imagine I have a company now and I sell cars, right? And I have a marketing team. I created an email for them. Once they see the domain that is for my company now, they already build trust. There's already a level of trust because the domain is for my own. If you see an email now from, let's say, your workplace where you are employed, if they send you an email, you know because you see the domain, you already know that is your company. So that's how it is for the branding of the company, right? So I would advise anyone, if you are working in that organization, if they don't have a custom domain, advise them to get one. Okay,
I thank you. I understand now.
you're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
So Abiodun,
Yeah, I just want to talk about after we've been able to add the domain
domain.
and
Mm-hmm.
you were also able to change one of the user's domain to the new
Mm-hmm.
that we
Mm-hmm.
had. Now, in a situation whereby we have like a lot of users that
Mm-hmm.
maybe they are already they are using your Microsoft something something, and
Mm-hmm.
we have like 100 users, right? So are we going
Mm-hmm.
to be doing it one after the other, or there's a way we can maybe select and automatically change all those things for all those 100?
Okay, for now. Oh, wait. Let me see. Because what you said now is actually a valid question, and I've never tried it before. So let's see if there's an option to do that. Hold on. No, come in. Okay, so for what from now, what I know, you have to do it individually. All right. From what I know. So there could be like a PowerShell to maybe switch them. Do you understand? There could be like a PowerShell, but from this GUI, you have to do them manually by go to each user and switching them. But I'm very sure there will definitely be a PowerShell. But then for you to be able to use that PowerShell, you have to have like a CSV file of those users and then the domain you want to switch them to. Because actions like this, we always use PowerShell. So I have to like do research on it, right? So if it's available, I'll provide it for you in the next class.
All right, all right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any other question? So um tonight I'm going to be giving everybody um so all the admin rights you have, I'm not removing them. So the user admin, I'll not remove it. The exchange, I'll leave it for you. So I'm going to add SharePoint, team, add compliance. So I'll add everything for you guys so that you'll be able to open any of the portal. All right. I'll do that after this call so that you can open any admin portal. All right. So it was a pleasure speaking with you guys and thank you for joining the call. Our next class is going to be on Friday, 6 p.m. Okay, if you feel like you don't remember anything, just go back to the video. I'll post the link. Go back to it. Feel free. Practice. Just do research. Ask ChatGPT. Go to online. You understand? Don't dwell only on what is told here. Because trust me, it's as you learn, you realize more things. There are a lot of things that even me, I still don't know. You understand? But when you go do research now and you're asking question, it will help me to even go and try it out. See if what you're asking is possible. All right. So that's all I have to say now. I hope you guys have a lovely night and see you guys on Friday. All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate you,
much.
bro.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you.
You're welcome. Bye guys.
Bye bye.
All right, good night.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you very much.
Okay.